96.7 KCAL rocks. It is Thursday, and we got a lot to talk about in the sports area with our guy Pep. What's up, Pep?
It's getting really juicy now. If you want to see football, if you want to see college football, you might actually be able to see college football this fall, even though the Pac-12 has announced that they will postpone all sports, including football, until January of 2021 at least. They'll kind of reassess what's going on. But right now, the Big 12, the ACC, and the SEC have all said they are pushing forward with college football this fall. So if you want college football, we might actually have real college football this fall. What do you guys say?
We are seeing some conference flexing going on here and showing the NCAA how weak they are with the ACC, the SEC, and the Big 12 saying, we do what we want.
Yeah, and you know what? They kind of drive college football. That's 3 out of the 5 Power 5. And Dabo Swinney, the head coach at Clemson, they asked him, if you guys end up playing for a national championship at the end of the fall season, would it water it down? And he basically said, no, not really, because you got the Big 12, the ACC, and the SEC. That's basically who you have in the college football playoff anyways. So
that's kind of my question on it too. Is I've never really been into the conferences as far as college football goes. So if we only have maybe these handful of conferences go, how many of the top, let's say, 10 teams would actually be in playing still?
Basically all of them.
Yeah, who are you missing? Maybe Oregon, Ohio State, maybe a Wisconsin, maybe a Penn State. But that's pretty much your college football playoff teams are in those 3 conferences.
So we'd be looking pretty good, other than obviously our West Coast teams here that we love, the Pac-12.
Correct.
What I first thought, guys, was, okay, let's say these 3 conferences play college football this fall, and they play for some sort of a college football playoff and national championship at the end, let's say in January. And then the Pac-12 says, okay, we're going to start up our season in February. What does it even mean at that point? I don't think the Pac-12 will even play if those other conferences actually play this fall, play for a national championship. I think it's over. It's done.
They've already stepped out and didn't do the beginning processes, so there's no way they can do it now. They have to pull the plug on the whole season, which they just did.
I think that's kind of what we were seeing with some of the pro sports, too. It's I think initially we thought maybe we could delay certain sports. I think we're seeing now that this is going to be longer than we expected, and delaying anything is just going to push it into the start of the next season. So it's almost better to just, if you can't get 2020 going, just cancel it and get ready for 2021.
Mr. Pep, that's one thing that kind of brings up the issue of people are kind of thinking of the idea of the COVID red shirt to give these kids an extra year of eligibility, because basically this is just going to ram. There's another set of freshmen coming in. So these kids coming in, they got screwed. So there's the idea that maybe just redshirt them automatically.
I would be more interested in the basketball side of that, the one and done. If I came in and I was a member of that university for 1 year, I can't help it if that was the COVID year. I'm off to the NBA now, boy. Sorry.
Yeah, if you could do it, right? If you know you're going to go high in the draft, yeah. But if not, I think maybe they should get a COVID red shirt.
Man, you guys just brought up so many great points. There's so many layers to this. 40, you're right. I think that there's a good chance that the Pac-12 just wipes out everything for a year.
Right.
For college football, let's say you're a great college football star and you're going to try to play in the spring, but you got the NFL draft coming up and all those things. They're going to be hiding out. And then college basketball, too. Patrick, you brought it up. College basketball starts the first week of November, real games, first, second week in November, real games. The Pac-12 has already said they won't do anything until 2021. So you're basically saying 2 months of their season is just gone already for basketball. Do you even try to pick up the pieces and play half a season? Oh my gosh, there's just so many layers to this.
Right. I don't think so. I think it's like 40 said. The stars, they may make it to the end. I feel for the guys who haven't gotten noticed yet, who needed this COVID year to get noticed. That's who's going to kind of get screwed here.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess, but it's going to play out right before us in the next couple of months as we get closer to when actually college sports would return. We got more NFL, a little NFL to get to, a little NBA, and some Dodgers as well. It's all brought to you by Matheson Gas, the gas professionals. 3 locations across the Inland Empire. So if you need gas, check out Matheson Gas online. That is mathesongas.com. You can refill that propane tank. You can get your cooling supplies, which you would definitely need this week. You can get your welding supplies. But again, number one in the gas game, that is Matheson Gas, the gas professional. So if you're watching Hard Knocks, episode 1 is out, LA edition, Rams and Chargers. And everyone's saying the star of the show is, well, a guy from the Inland Empire, Dante Dion, the pride of Summit High School in Fontana. He was cracking some jokes, kind of livened up training camp. And no surprise, a guy from the IE is making Hard Knocks watchable this year.
Of course, we've heard about the porta potty.
Yes.
And
between Joe Kelly in baseball and everything else, Kawhi Leonard in the NBA, the IE is just carrying sports, guys.
Lots of messages from the IE.
Man, the IE gets it done, whether it's fighting guys or making you laugh. we can do it all. Yeah. NFL training camps are going on right now, and the Rams and Chargers getting that sneak peek using Hard Knocks right now. We heard Anthony Lynn, the head coach of the Chargers. He had COVID-19. All good now. So he's all good.
Yeah.
But he had it.
And then we saw that McVay for the Rams did not want his players going number 2 in the porta potties on the field. Those are for number 1s only, boys.
Respect
also,
the porta potty.
Respect it. Also very funny when he went shirtless into the hot tub, and they said, and he goes, who said to take my shirt off and get in the hot tub? And they were like, nobody, Sean. He goes, well, what's done is done. It was actually very funny.
He actually, you know what? Sean McVay, who seems pretty button-upped, at least these kind of things kind of reveal, like, hey, he has a personality. He's kind of funny. He's a good dude.
I heard a lot of mini Gruden comparisons, which he came from Gruden, so you kind of expect that.
Yes.
Yep, he was his pea boy. He called him. I won't say the word. He called him his pea boy.
Quickly to the NBA, the Clippers beat Denver last night, 124-111, and it's important because that locks up the number 2 seed for the Clippers. They will open up the playoffs against the Dallas Mavericks in the first round. And the Lakers, they'll finish up their regular season inside the bubble against Sacramento, actually later this morning at 10:30 a.m. tip-off local time. But it looks like the Lakers could be playing Portland. And guys, the Blazers look like maybe the hottest team with Dame Lillard right now in the bubble.
I was just looking. I mean, technically there are 4 teams alive for those last 2 spots, but it does look like Portland's going to, if they win tonight, they get the A seed. If Memphis wins tonight against a Bucks team that doesn't have Giannis now because of the headbutt, if those 2 teams win tonight, that's the 8th and the 9th. Portland, and I mean specifically Damian Lillard, is on fire.
He's playing.
Ever since Patrick Beverly poked the dragon, which now I'm wondering, conspiracy theory, did he do that to screw the Lakers over to get Damian Lillard just going at the Lakers?
It could be genius because he's playing like he is PO'd.
Oh, he is. And 40, you know what? I hadn't thought about that. You might be right. Maybe Patrick Beverly in a roundabout
troll move on Patrick Beverly's
Oh, man,
side.
trying to sabotage the Lakers season and say, I'm going to wake up Dame Lillard. They're going to see him in the first round. They're going to knock out the Lakers. I didn't think about that. You could be right.
Incredible.
And finally on the diamond, Joe Kelly. Speaking of Joe Kelly, the pride of Corona High School, the pride of UC Riverside, had his suspension knocked down from 8 games to 5 games.
Ethics. That's his name, Defender of Sports Ethics.
So they did take it from 8 games down to 5 games, gave him a little relief.
A little bit, yeah, just a little bit there. The Dodgers beat the Padres last night 6-0. So the Dodgers and the Rockies both have 12 wins in the National League West if you're counting at home. So they're both same win total in the race for the National League West title. And how about Mike Trout and that dad strength, coming back from the birth of his first child and just knocking out home runs right and left right now. Insane what Mike Trout is doing.
You're so right. Beckham's dad has just got amazing strength. You know what I mean?
Like the next game, him in the dugout just falling asleep, not being able to stay awake.
So true. Pep, tell me how to get your stuff.
Inland Sports, everybody. You can check it out. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We've got the YouTube channel, so hit that subscribe button for us. It's Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.